Hey everybody, this is HearPalHere. Welcome to my channel. My name is Pal, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today about my guitar, the Yamaha RGX A2, and give you guys a little bit of an overview and a review and a little bit of a demo, and give you my thoughts on it, and also tell you why I'm going to be selling this guitar. So yeah, let's start. If anybody is not familiar, this is the RGX A2 from Yamaha. These are discontinued as far as I can see in most places in the world, although it does seem like they are maybe still sold here and there, like in the UK and Japan and a few other places. But as far as I can see, they're no longer made for like the US market or even here in Hungary where I am. And they're pretty neat little guitars. I have had some experience with one before. I actually ended up buying one for a friend as a gift many moons ago. And then it took a long time before I actually met up with that person, so it was sitting in my living room, and because it was out, I ended up playing it all the time. So for like a couple months, I sort of quasi had one for myself, and I loved it. It was really great. And then many years passed, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get another one because I missed it, and I had this idea for doing all sorts of projects with it. And because you can see the light here, it does need a battery for the light. The pickups actually are passive, which a lot of people don't realize. They think they're active pickups because of the battery, but the battery is only to power the LEDs, which show you which pickup you're on. So this is the treble pickup near the bridge here. That's the blue one. Middle is both lights on, and then the green one is the rhythm pickup, the neck pickup. So basically, yeah, I just figured it would be like really cool to have it for like a project. And I actually maybe we'll just jump into some of the things that I don't like about the guitar, and that's one of the things that I wanted to actually mod and change. It only has a volume knob, so this is the volume here, and this is the pickup selector. So there is no tone knob, which I don't necessarily super mind, but I do really not like this pickup selector switch. It's very inconvenient if you play with the pick, which I would say usually do, or at least half the time I do. It's really inconvenient. You need two fingers to change the pickups. So it's not like a Fender style switch or a Gibson style switch, which you can just switch while you're holding your pick and just use your pinky or whatever to switch it. So I found that kind of annoying, and I thought, okay, well, maybe if I just replace this to be a tone knob and then add a switch for pickup selector. And I was thinking of like using the battery, since it's there anyway, the battery compartment to power like a boost or some kind of like treble booster circuit or something like that, and build that in. There is plenty of space in the back. I'll show you guys a close-up here, but you could easily put something in the control cavity here, and it is really comfortable. It has this cool neck heel that's super ergonomic and really easy to get to the high frets. So it is really nice, and the main selling point of the guitar, which I probably should have started with, is that it's super light. So this guitar only weighs like 2.5 kilos, which is like 5.5 pounds. So it's super light for anybody who's got any back problems or shoulder issues or neck issues or whatever, or you just don't want to carry like heavy stuff, or if you're playing super long gigs, like maybe you're in a cover band or something, you don't want to be standing up with like a heavy Les Paul draped around your neck for 3 hours or something. Like, this thing is fantastic. I should also mention that the way that Yamaha gets the guitar to be so light is that they use the aluminum hardware, and they use a really lightweight body for the main core of the body, and then on the outer parts, so it's almost like a sandwich of really light wood on the inside and then some really hard wood on the outside. And they do have these sound tubes that go through the body underneath the bridge, which you can't quite see, but supposedly they're right under this little bridge plate. And then they do have the strings going through the body as well here. So there's a lot of resonance and sustain just from that. So yeah, the string through body and the sound tubes really just give it a nice kind of resonant, loud sound, even when it's unplugged. So right now I have just the volume all the way down, and I'll just strum a chord. You guys can hopefully hear that, but it's very loud and kind of full. So it actually has really great tuners. They are a bit weird. I don't know if anybody has seen these before, but they're these barrel style tuners. And at first they're kind of like, you look at them and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird, but then you get used to using them like pretty much instantly, and this guitar stays in tune super well. I often go weeks where the guitar is out and I'm playing it regularly and just don't even have to tune it. So it's really good. The bridge is super comfortable. It's got this like nice I don't know, aircraft aluminum, whatever it is. I don't know, kind of like dulled you know, aluminum kind of feel. Super comfy, really low profile. You can do all your palm muting stuff really with ease. The frets are nice. It is kind of weird that it doesn't have any fret markers or you know, on the fingerboard, but it does have them on the edge. So I'll do a close-up so you guys can see it too, but you can see the dots where you are. But from, you know, like if somebody was doing like guitar lessons or something, it might be a little tricky because the person sitting in front of you might not see what fret you're on. So that could be a little bit you know, interesting. So anyway, yeah, so let me show you some demos of the sound. Sorry to take this long. So just clean, tiny smidge of reverb on a Fender style Bassman copy kind of amp. Middle position, here's the neck position. You can get a little bit, you know, kind of a jazzy sound, use your thumb. Super, you know, nice, clean. I think the pickups sound really pretty good. Like they're clean and really articulate. Pretty low output, I would say, kind of like traditional style vintage sound, which is what I like anyway. Treble pickup. Sounds good. So add a little dirt. So yeah, I mean, you know, these are the things that I like about the guitar. I think it sounds really nice. It's got, you know, great tones. If you roll back the volume, you can get it to, you know, not only drop the volume, but it does actually reduce the brightness as well. So here's with the tone, with the volume fully up. And then if you go down a little bit, you can hear it got noticeably bassier. A little bit more. Here I've lost a lot of volume too, but if you just go down a smidge, you get that nice little, you know, bass kind of boost in a way because the treble's being rolled off. Some people don't like that, so if you really wanted to preserve the treble, you would probably do like a treble bleed circuit to maintain that, or just use a dedicated tone, you know, knob. That's kind of like, I think, one really limiting thing that a lot of people don't like about the guitar. And for me, it's actually something different because, like I said, I was going to mod it anyway. For me, the main kind of thing that is pushing me to sell it is that I've come to realize I don't actually like the neck profile as much as I like my other guitars. So this has a somewhat slim neck profile. It's pretty wide this way, but it's pretty thin this way. So it's kind of like a modern shaped neck, which I'm not actually a huge fan of. And it took me a while to realize it. But I really prefer playing my other guitars, and this is not something that I can change. So the electronics or the pickup selection I can deal with, but with the thinner, you know, neck this way, it's just not as comfortable for me. I've got kind of big hands, and yeah, it's just I think, you know, I can really use the money towards, you know, something else, and I can, you know, give this on to somebody else who maybe will get along with it a little bit better. But it is a really nice guitar. I really do like it. I'm really happy with you know, the tones in it, and the craftsmanship and everything, you know, is like, it's pretty nice. I really always have liked Yamaha guitars. I have several, and I absolutely love their stuff. And this is no different. It's just that this one in particular is just, you know, not going to be one that I'm going to be holding on to. But if you guys get a chance, I would say definitely check out this guitar. You know, for anybody who likes that kind of neck, I think it could be really great, and it could be a really good project guitar. You can pick these up for relatively cheap, and yeah, give it a shot. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more music related stuff. Give you a couple more tones here, and then I'll be out.